All right, what's going on, YouTube? So, we got another day in the life today. Got a lot of things to do, but we're actually not leaving the house, contrary to what the previous videos have been like. So today, we have a lot planned. Starting off with a workout at 7. So I'm about to be leaving the house now shortly. Then we're going to be coming back home. Have to hire another ISA. So today we have the onboarding of our new ISA, and then we have a laundry list of stuff that needs to get done today for all of these different clients. So I'll be carrying y'all through on what it's like, just recording, documenting my process like I always say. So y'all see what the life is like. And then if y'all have any questions or comments or anything like that, leave them down below in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, see y'all on the flip side. Peace. All right, what's going on? What's going on? You already know what we're about to do. Gonna take a pre-worky. Alani New. No, I actually have another flavor grape. Alani New Stardust right here. But I don't know. I think I like this one a lot better. It tastes way better. But as you can see, I have like 6 in it. I like this one way more. Actually, we're gonna balance it out today. So we're gonna drink this one today. The time is now 7:05, and we have a crazy, I don't know if today's leg day is gonna be tough, but I'll walk y'all through my workout once I get to the parking lot. But yeah, you gotta stay tuned, man. I'm trying to put in that work. All right, so some of the things that we have to get done today after this workout, like I mentioned before, I'm hiring a new ISA. So ISA is an inside sales agent. For those that are new to the channel, my previous ISA quit out of nowhere. Kind of let me know that the job wasn't for him last Monday. Last Monday. And so now I'm in a process of, or I was in the process of replacing him. So I found somebody last Thursday, did an interview, and then hired her. So she starts today at 9 a.m. So we're gonna start the onboarding process. Thankfully, I still have all my stuff from Victor. So all I did was switch out Victor's name for Jada's name, who's gonna be my new ISA. And then I'm just gonna be coaching her on a script and what to use. The good thing about Jada versus Victor is that Jada actually has real estate experience. I think the thing that turned Victor off was the amount of rejection and the amount of dead calls he was getting. So Jada, she's Caribbean, I believe. So her accent is a little bit different, but I think once she's more confident on the phone, she'll be a lot better. So today's gonna be the first time of us working together, so we'll see how it goes. So that's gonna be number 1. Number 2, I received a call from my client yesterday at 8 p.m. Basically, they have received news. This is the Highland Homes client. They basically received news that they weren't going to be able to do the white brick with the black roof like how they want to do it. And I guess the sales consultant came and said that the HOA doesn't want it or something like that. And so my client is not very happy with that. And so I'm going to be giving the sales consultant a call today to see, what's going on. What can we do? Like, how are we coming up to this? Because before they went under contract and collected all the earnest money, we were all under the impression that, yeah, we should be able to do this. But now that things have changed, it's like, okay, now what? And it's not something that was listed in the contract too. So it's one of those things where, all right, let's just push back and see, what they're gonna say. So for the landlord client, so I'm gonna be calling and seeing about that. We have the loan applications for the McKinney client. So the McKinney client, she's supposed to be getting back to us. The pre-approval is supposed to be coming back today. So I'm gonna follow up and make sure that's being done. But yeah, heading to the gym right now. I'll keep y'all updated. All right, YouTube, so we just finished the workout. So same football app. So we burned 636 calories. And so we did, a whole bunch of stuff. So the workout changed a little bit. While we was there, we did the Smith machine hip raise. I did 4 sets of 12. for 230 pounds. We did the trap bar deadlifts, 4 sets of 12 at 205 pounds. And then the handlebar squats, some heavy like bands to do squats on. We did 4 sets of 16. And then we moved over to another circuit. We did Smith machine, stiff leg deadlift, 4 sets of 12 at 200 pounds. Then we did leg extensions, 4 sets of 12, 130 pounds. And then kettlebell swings, 4 sets of 13 at 52 pounds. And then we did machine hip abductor, 4 sets of 12 at 210 pounds. And then we did some abs at the end. So very solid workout today. Right now the time is 8:45. It's gonna take me about 5 minutes to get home. So we're gonna go get showered and then get ready to start the day. I would like to get some breakfast, but I don't think I'll have time between now and the meeting with the ISA. So I'm just gonna go home, take a shower, and then get the day started. Finished my shower right now. The time is 9:02, so we're going to be getting ready for our ISA call. The house is there. There we go.
Hey David, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
You need to turn it off once you're done with work. If you're gonna go to lunch, you just turn it off and then you turn it on when you're done. Okay. Okay, I understand.
For you, just let me know. We can just make it happen. The main thing is it being comfortable for you, because I know what it's like making a call. So whatever works for you, just let me know. We can make something happen. So just to catch y'all up, I've been using my planner, and so I've already followed up with one of my clients from yesterday. So there's a vlog I recorded yesterday. We went to go look at some homes over in Crandall, Texas. So I followed up with that client today too, because I know there were some questions yesterday, so I answered those already. Followed up with the lender for the McKinney client. So the McKinney client, something's up with her credit. Her DTI was too high and contrary to her credit score. So they have to make an exception for her. So that's what they're working through with the lender right now. So hopefully we can get a response today. I'm gonna follow back up later today to see what's going on and see if we can get approved so that we can go ahead and go on a contract on this property. There's only one more left, so that's what's making this a little bit like more pressure. Not pressure, more, that's what's making me more anxious, I guess, because it's only one more left, and the only one that's left is the only one that fits her timeline, or the only one that fits her timeline is the only one that's left.
You got it, buddy.
The rental property for the landlord client. So the client that we were processing backed out because they had found another property. So I've reached out to the landlord to see, okay, which one do you want to go with next, or do you want to wait it out and see what we want to do? So that one's been done. So the next couple things I need to do, I need to call the Highland Homes client or the sales consultant for Highland Homes and see what's going on there. I need to schedule plans for my client that's coming out of town tomorrow. Purchase some more room supplies so I can spice up my room a little, not spice up, but decorate my room a little bit more, and then record some content for Instagram, because I need to come up with a topic. I haven't posted on Instagram in a while, so we need to get some content out there. And then I need to generate a listing for one of my friends. He used to be an agent up here in Dallas, but he moved down to Houston, so he no longer has access. So I'm going to be listing that property for him up here in Dallas. And then I need to clean my room because my room is not looking good right now, and then get some groceries done for the week. So we have a couple things that need to be done today. Right now it's 12 o'clock. We have a meeting at 1 with the ISA again. So that should be good. And then we'll probably do some content around budgeting, especially now that inflation is high. I think I saw that interest rates kind of jump back up now too. So I think it's a good time to talk about budgeting. So yeah, so that's it for right now. All right, so now the time is 12:35. I forgot to take my device with me. So right now we're cooking breakfast. I'll take. All right, so you're probably wondering, why is he eating breakfast at 12:30? That doesn't make sense. So I'm actually doing this intermittent fasting where you're supposed to eat in time windows. So my intermittent fasting schedule is basically I will eat between 1:30 and 8:30, and then everything else I fast. So haven't been as dedicated as I'm supposed to, but that's the concept. On top of that too, I don't even think about eating in the morning most times. So if I don't think about it, I don't eat. But now we're trying to hit some protein goals. We're trying to lose some weight for the summer. Man, so this ISA coaching call didn't go as good as I hope it would. So basically this morning when I was talking with my ISA, she was so confident that, oh, she knows the script, she knows everything, whoop-de-whoop. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, based on how she's talking and her confidence level, I'm like, okay, well, that's good. We don't need to practice. I'll save it for the time that we're with the coaching and see like how she does then. So we just finished up the coaching call, and she does not sound proficient enough to even start tomorrow. She's so used to talking to buyers, and buyers are usually very easier to work with, especially compared to calling people who are trying to sell their house by themselves, or people who have expired listings, because they're getting these calls from agents all the time who are trying to buy their property, or not buy their property but list their property. So that's one of the things that I just found out on the call now. So I'm about to schedule another Zoom call with her right now just to kind of get some reps in before tomorrow, because at the pace that she's at right now, she is not able to get on that phone.
And that you're selling the property for sale by owner? Is the property still available?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, I got it. I'm just curious if you're unable to get the property.
No, I don't know if y'all can tell my mood kind of changed throughout that process, and it's because of two things that happened. Number one, I've kind of told you already that the ISA was kind of not boasting, but she made it seem like she knew exactly what she was doing, and she likes to go off the cuff and do her own thing, which doesn't really work for this type of real estate. From what I can tell, before she was probably doing a little bit more inbound prospecting, which is when people are reaching out to you, and so then she doesn't really have a script. She doesn't really face objections or things like that. She didn't sound too confident as well either. So I think after a couple of times that we did the practice run, she got a little bit better to it, or she got better at it. But even then, she was like, she doesn't like doing the phone script because it seems cringe to her. But it's like, how could it be cringe if you're not even good at it? Like, yeah, it might feel weird, but I'd rather you mess up right now rather than on the phone with real leads that, have money to bring. So until you get it right, we're going to keep doing this prospecting. And so I'm just a little bit bummed out about that, because it's just like, man, I kind of trusted her to and she seemed like she knew what she was doing when we had our call earlier today. So now my trust is a little bit gone. I could tell she probably feels that, because I wasn't really heeding to her as much as I did this morning. This morning, I was kind of like letting her do whatever she wanted to do because of how confident she sounded. But then now that I'm here and I heard how she spoke with the coach, it was like, all right, you can't just do whatever you want now. Like, okay, yeah, you used to do that, but now you have to do this. Like, all right, you need to follow this specific structure. Like, all right, it's not, because now it's just coaching, like starting back from scratch now, because now she has, I guess that's the only challenge now with working with somebody who was doing this previously for a different company that might have been the main experience that she had. Now she wants to bring those same characteristics, those same scripts, those same lingo over here, when it may not work the same over here. So I think it's something that we'll have to massage and work out together. It's not going to be something that's resolved in a day or a week. It's going to take some time. So it's just going to take a little bit of patience on my end, and then a little bit of diligence on her end. So we went over the FSBO script. The FRBO script should be okay. That's a for rent by owner. So for those that don't know, and if you're watching it for the first time and you don't know what all these different terms are, here's a quick breakdown. Expired listings are properties that were listed on the market, but for some reason or another, it did not sell. So usually whenever we have a listing agreement with a client, we list it on a specific date, and there's an expiration date, which is usually anywhere from 3 months to 12 months out, depending on whatever you and the seller agree to. So now when it gets listed, let's say they listed too high for whatever reason, or let's say they want a lot more money than the house is actually worth. Let's say we get all the way to the point of the 6-month mark and nobody has put in an offer. The home is going to expire the agreement is expired. So what happens is that it goes from active to expired on the MLS. And so now other realtors have the opportunity to relist that home under them. Now, since it didn't sell, that's a problem. And you know, we're in the world of business, and in the world of business, we're about solving problems. So if you can solve a problem, such as selling somebody's house that another agent failed to do, that's when you make money. For sale by owner, it's a little bit different. For sale by owner is mainly when somebody is trying to sell the house by themselves and they don't want to use a realtor. And the main reason they don't want to use a realtor is because they think that they're netting more money at the end of the day, because they're saving on commission. Commission is usually 6%. Usually depend on what you negotiate with your seller, but usually 3% to the buyer side and 3% to the listing agent side. A lot of people, when they do the math, they're like, oh my goodness, I would be saving $30,000 if I didn't have to save commission. Let me just price it here and, you know, not put commission. And so a lot of times people may not know the market that well or try to do it themselves and end up not really knowing what they're doing. They'll take bad pictures, whatever the case may be. Now, these people, they think that they're smarter than everybody, and maybe they sold a house before, or maybe they sold a home before, like let's say back in 2006, 2007, and they were able to sell it. They think selling a house is easy, but they don't understand that every transaction is a little bit different. Every buyer is a little bit different. Every situation is a little bit different. Now, don't get me wrong, there's going to be some situations where you are going to be able to sell the house by yourself, but at the same time, every home, every transaction is different, so you never know what you're about to get into, which is why it's always important to have somebody who works in the real estate field on a daily basis because they've seen multiple situations at a time. For rent by owner are people who are trying to rent the house by themselves. So let's say they're just landlords looking to rent their property out. Let's say they've been a landlord for like 5-10 years and they're just doing what they've always done. They're just renting the house. And so what we're coming in with the perspective of, hey, have you even given a thought of selling the house right now? Like, let's say you want to cash out on the property right now. Have you given any thought to that? And if they have, let's run the numbers. Let's see what the numbers give us. And if it makes sense based off of your mortgage payoff and where the house is valued at, you could probably potentially walk out with a large sum of cash. And so that's what we're there to provide, is that insight onto how much the house is worth and hopefully listing your property for them. Whenever we're coming with a script to these specific people, it's a specific sequence that we have to go down to make sure that we're getting all our questions answered, because as you can probably tell, some of these people don't want to be approached by realtors, especially for sell by owners. For sell by owners, they're trying to sell their house by themselves. They literally said they don't want a realtor because they're saving on commission. So now that realtors are calling them, they're a lot more aggressive and a lot more defensive against realtors. So now it's just a matter of bringing their guard down and saying, okay, like, what exactly are you trying to do? How much exactly do you need to net? And what can we do to come up with a good number for you? Same with expired. People are hitting up expireds all the time because, you know, they're the ones that raise their hand up and say, I'm trying to sell. They're the ones that also said, I'm okay with a realtor. So it's like, okay, well, how do we go about beating all the other agents and getting the specific listing? So that's essentially what's going on right now. Whenever I'm training the ISA, I'm training them to talk to these specific groups of people so that they understand how to go about it in the first place. Now, the situation with this lady, just kind of tying it all together, is that I don't think she really had experience talking to these specific types of people based off her tonality and how she was talking on the phone. Whenever you're talking to buyers, like for example, let's say I have a buyer who's reaching out to me and wanting to buy a house. They're very eager, they're happy, they've probably been looking around for some time trying to buy a house. Where the seller, they don't really have that same type of eagerness and sentiment as well too. Maybe toward buying a house, but selling a house, I don't know, the attitude is just a little bit more different. And on top of that, you're dealing with people's most valued assets, so they're a lot more protective. They're a lot more firm on where they want to be. Yeah. So I was a little bit bummed out about that. That was the first point. The second point was this, man. I received some terrible, terrible, terrible news. So I received an email from a client. This client, let me go look it up on my system. This client reached out to me on January 3rd. I spoke to him about 3 times. No, he reached out to me on December 20th. I'm saying that he was going to be relocating from Missouri and traveling to Dallas every weekend. We spoke on the phone at length, and he said he gave me all the specifications, everything that he wanted. So we spoke on December 20th. I was following up with him. Spoke with him on January 3rd, followed up with him again, spoke again on January 4th. I want to say he came out here that same week. I suggested some builders for him to go look at. We tagged up right after. We were chatting for some time. What else did we do? I think I sent them over to my mom to get pre-approved. I think he was working on that. I've been sending him homes for the last couple of weeks now. Sent him some advice. What else did I do? And yeah, and so he hadn't reached out yet, so my drip email usually sends him emails on a consistent basis. So it sent him one. When was it? I think today. It sent him one today. And hi, client. I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to make sure that you have my contact information in case you come across any properties you'd like to see or have any real estate questions. Please feel free to call me at any time. Look at their response. So, hi David, apologize for my late reply. About a week ago, I got a text from a longtime realtor about a deal in Faith. It is a new construction that someone pulled out from. I checked the deal and I like the area. I am in contract with the builder, Beezer Homes. It was a really good deal because of a huge discount offered. Thanks for your help so far. Hopefully we will close other deals in the future. So, yeah, man. That be the life sometimes. And the thing is, with this person, we never really sat down and really had an official consultation for me to have the buyer representation agreement in place. And then on top of that, a lot of people are opposed to signing a buyer representation agreement for whatever reason. Well, the main reason is because they feel like they're limiting their options whenever they have more than one realtor. No, they feel like they're limiting their options when they have one realtor, which is not the case. The truth is, every real estate agent can do the same thing. The only difference between each agent is, number one, their knowledge, the resources they have, the connections they have, the how-to, because there's going to be so many different situations, so many things that could happen that you need somebody who's knowledgeable to know how to navigate that situation. Let's say something happens and you're dealing with a house that is that was built in 1900s, or let's say 1920. Do you know how to do that property and transact it properly? What about a property that's in the middle of nowhere and has a septic tank? Do you know how to, let's say, run the inspection on it? Do you know what contracts to pull up when you want to do those types of houses? Let's say you have a property in a flood zone. Do you know how to navigate that type of situation? So all these different types of situations are what makes a great realtor great. And of course, negotiation skills. You want to be able to negotiate and know what you can negotiate. But yeah, those are things that really separate most realtors from others. Because you'll be surprised, there's a lot of realtors that don't really know how to do their job, and then there's some people that don't offer good service as well too. So that's another part of it, is that you have the hard skills of all the things I just mentioned, but then you also have the soft skills of communication, negotiation, advice, process. All these things, you're guiding your clients through an experience. And if you do that and if you try and do that and you're not communicative, you're not diligent in how you handle business, you don't do things the right way, it can really mess up somebody's experience and make them not like the process of buying a home. And I think that's why a lot of times we have a bad rep realtors, is that a lot of them come off as sleazy salesmen, and all they're there to do is just to make commission. And so that kind of messes up the image of a realtor, when all we're doing is just helping you resolve a problem that you have of whether buying or selling a house, and making sure that you have good representation when you're doing it. And so that's the only thing I'll say about that, is just be tough sometimes, man, because you'll just be working with a client, you think you have a good relationship with that client, y'all talked, y'all laughed and hee ha ha, and then all just to go with somebody else is kind of crazy to me. But then again, I can only blame myself, because there's measures in place. There's a buyer representation agreement. That's what you're supposed to have in place so that stuff like this doesn't happen. But it does. So yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that I need to do today. The ISA kind of took up a lot of time today. So right now it's 3:30, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, so I guess that's the life of an entrepreneur, because just like, man, whole schedule is just finished. Get over the situation. The best way to get over it is get over it. It happened. It's already done. I'll still provide value to them through my emails, put them on my drip campaign and see where that goes and make sure I'm top of mind. But they have a longtime realtor friend who is there, and they're most likely going to be working with each other. So although it's a painful situation, it's like, ah, man, like, I mean, there's nothing else you can do about it. So I don't know, I'm thinking if I should send an email to them and, hey, say, hey, hopefully everything goes well with that transaction and things like that. And hopefully it does, but it's just like, man, even that, it just doesn't really sound real because it hurts at the same time. So it's just like, man, you try and do so many different things at a time. You try and please I don't know. I guess that's the job of a realtor. But it's like you try and do everything.
It's okay, baby.
For some of these, everything. Now let me say everything for these people. But you try to do so many things at the same time to where you're in people's lives at a specific time. But it's just like, you wonder how they think of you. Do they think of you as just somebody who's, oh yeah, he's just somebody over there that just does real estate, just leave him alone? Or do they see him as somebody who's actually trying to be of service to this person? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. How do y'all see it, like y'all's realtors? Like, if y'all bought homes before, I guess let me know down in the comments, like, what y'all thought about your realtor when y'all bought a house. Like, do y'all see him as somebody who's ambitious? Do you see them as somebody who just does it part-time? Like, how would you describe your realtor? How would you describe your realtor experience? I guess that's a better question. How would you do that? You know, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm a little sad, but I'm still say my script. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Also, one last thing. This is not like a pity party or anything like that. So I'm not looking for any pity comments in the comments or pity remarks in the comments or anything like that. Like, sorry or whatever like that. Like, this stuff happens. Like, funny enough, I just spoke with another agent probably like 2-3 weeks ago. She's a new agent, and it happened to 2 of her tenant clients that she was working with. She invested a lot of time, and they ended up not even responding to her. So the fact that this guy even just responded to me and let me know this is just like, okay, at least I respect it. But I mean, although I'm hurt, and you can tell that I'm hurt, this is not like a pity party. This is part of real estate. This is part of everything. So I mean, we take it on the chin. We take it on the chin. We keep it moving. Ain't nothing we can do. We got to keep focused, stay focused on the people who have chose you. This is for anybody that's out there that's running a business that depends on people for business. Stay focused on the people who trust and work with you. Be of service to them, and everything will be okay. Just my word of advice. Peace. All right, YouTube. So we're back. I had to charge my device because it was about to die. But right now, I've been kind of sending out some emails and getting some things done. I'm also watching this YouTube here. It's called the $1 Million Stack, or $1 Million Scare Stack with Dan Coe. I just started watching his content, so I don't really know exactly what he talks about, but a lot of times when I see him talking about personal development, life, improvement, business. So all the kind of same interests that I have, he kind of resonates with me. So I like watching his content right now. Or the video I just finished watching was him talking about yourself as the brand. Like, you are your niche. Like, a lot of times when you're getting into this content creation and you're putting content out for whether it's business or maybe you want it to be your new career path, a lot of times we're thinking like, who would be interested in like the things that I'm interested like that? Like, who would be interested in like stuff like Dan Coe, and who would be interested in stuff like maybe David Goggins, or who would be interested in stuff like real estate and fitness and all these things that comprise of who I am, who would be living that same life. And basically what he's saying is that people are more similar to you than you think. And so the main thing that you need to do is just put yourself out there and get eyes on you so people can register and resonate with you and you find your audience. Because even when you get into this whole YouTube thing and you're trying to figure out your niche and or let's not even YouTube, but even just content creation. Let's say you want to get into your niche. Like right now I work with the realtors, but a lot of realtors are thinking like, all right, what type of content do I want to provide? Do I want to do green screen content when I'm talking about facts and news in my area? Or do I want to do just real estate houses and home tours and things like that? There's so many different ways to connect you with your audience. You kind of have to think, you almost have to think of what really resonates with me and what I like to do, and finding an audience that feels that same way about you as well too. Even when it comes down to like your branding, like what colors do you like? Like your brand comes down to like the type of colors you like. Like when I look at my YouTube banner, black, white, red. Those are the colors I used to love as a kid, which is crazy. Like now that I'm thinking about it and reflecting on it. But then I also had like gold coins on the side too, because I'm somebody who likes money. Like, let's be honest. So it's like the way it all came together. There is somebody out there that it resonates with 100%, just like it just did with me right now. And so that's basically what he's saying, is that you are your niche. Like, just go out and be yourself, and the type of people that like you are going to gravitate to you. And that's so real, because when I was embarking on this whole YouTube journey, friend that I have, she's a woman, and she watches this one YouTuber all the time, and I asked her, like, why do you keep watching her so much? And she told me she's just like me. Like, everything she does, I feel like that would be me that's doing the same thing as well too, like all the way down to the T. And that's what makes her want to keep coming back. And it's like, that's crazy. Like, the person like doesn't even know you. The person is in Atlanta, and it's just like, it's crazy how somebody who grew up in Texas, somebody who grew up in Atlanta, could have all the same interests and all the same things that they're interested in. Does that make sense? It's just a crazy thought, like, once you think about it like that. Right now, I'm about to make some calls. It's around 5 o'clock, so it should die down for most sales consultant offices. So I'm going to call for Saya, and then I'm going to call to schedule another appointment for Wednesday as well too, for that client that's coming into town. So I'll take you along with me.
This is Zach.
Hey Zach, this is David Ojo, Realtor. I think I missed a call from you earlier.
Oh, yes. I was just calling to see which community you guys were looking in, but we already found out it was Eastridge.
Eastridge. Which bid are you with?
This is with Cornerstone Home Living, Trophy Signature Homes. This was for Miss.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, we're working on getting some exceptions done still, so we'll keep you updated.
Okay. Do you know when y'all think y'all be done by then? I mean, or when it'll wrap up?
I wish I knew, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know where we stand in the queue.
Mm-hmm.
But we're trying to piece everything together, just where the credit scores are at and everything. It's a couple moving parts that we're trying to work on.
Okay. All right. I'll probably follow up tomorrow just to kind of see like where things are. Yeah. Okay. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one.
All right. You too.
Hi, this is Sia. Sorry, missed your call. Please leave me a message. Thank you.
Hey, Sia. This is David Ojo, Realtor for. Wanted to reach out. I saw the exchange between you and over email last night, and he called me pretty upset yesterday evening. Wanted to give you a call to see if there has been a resolve or a path forward that's been established so that we can get past this. I haven't spoken with them yet today, but they called me last night pretty upset. So give me a call back when you get this, or at least text me. Let me know when you get this so that we can discuss and push things forward. Thank you. Oh, I'm good. And yourself?
Good. Yo, I'm so used to calling you Ojo. It's like so weird when I call you David.
I feel like
I'm not even gonna lie, but then I'm like, dang, your parents are the Ojo, so it's like, oh shoot, I can't say Ojo. Yeah, like it's so crazy. Like the whole thought process in my head is like, hold on, wait. Yeah, that's so random. I'm sorry.
That's crazy. Nah, you're fine. What's going on?
I have a question. So, great news. I did my first apartment sale.
Okay.
They got approved. Yes. And I sent my invoice. Femi helped me with the invoice.
Okay.
Like a while, like last week he sent me in. Because my person was supposed to sign their lease, but they ended up choosing between two apartments, but they ended up going with the other one. So, great news. Mm-hmm. So, I do have a question. So, with apartments, like, how does it work? How does that work? Is it the 80-20 with apartments, or is that only houses? Or, how does that work?
Yeah, apartments is 90-10.
Oh.
Yeah, so apartments is 90-10, and then home sales are 80-20 till you hit the $12,000 cap towards the brokerage, and then you keep pretty much all the money after that.
So with apartments, is there a cap or it's within that 12,000?
I think it's still within that 12,000.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's perfect because I have another person. They're like just rolling in now, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's cool. Like, oh my gosh, it feels really good. So I'm supposed to be on a call with someone. We scheduled it for 5:30, but like when I called her, she didn't answer. I texted her and I was like, hey, just call. Give me a call when you have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay, or should I check back with her, or like what do I? Because I don't want to be too much.
Yeah, I felt like what you did is good right now already. Did you reach out to her like maybe like a couple minutes before the meeting just to see if she was still good?
No.
Yeah, that's the one thing you probably want to incorporate as well too. So most times I do like maybe let's say 10 minutes before, not even 10, honestly. You really want to do it like an hour before.
Okay.
And at least get some type of confirmation so you know you're not wasting your time. Yeah. So that goes for even like showing as well too. Like whenever you go out and show properties to client, before you start wasting gas, reach out to them and see, hey, are we still good for this? Because there's a lot of times people have a lot going on and they might forget.
Okay. Okay, and then I have another question. So I was watching this YouTube video, and I'm trying to I want to see how it can work, but I want to get access to like pre-foreclosures.
Okay.
How can I get access to that, or?
How did I use to get access to pre-foreclosures? I think before. Well, you can use. Oh damn! They canceled it. There used to be like one. You remember that Remind that I showed y'all at the office? I went. Yeah, that used to be a way to do it. There's a paid way to do it through PropStream.
PropStream.
Yeah.
Okay.
But honestly, it's all like public record. It's just gonna take work for you to find the number so that you can call them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about like expired listings?
Yeah, so expired listings, you could also get it from the MLS, but those as well too, you'll have to find their numbers and call them. So if you want to,
the number is not going to just straight away be on the MLS.
No. It's only going to be the agent's information that's on the MLS. So what I do right now is I signed up for this platform called Vulcan.
Vulcan, yeah, the one you told, Vulcan 7 or Vulcan, I think you told, the one that's monthly, you're like, it's a little pricey.
Yeah.
I do want to join that. I know you said, what was it, like $200, $300?
Yeah, like $300 a month.
300, okay.
Yeah, but in there, they'll give you new leads every single day for expireds, for sale by owners, and for rent by owners. I actually just hired a ISA, so it's an inside sales agent, and they're going to be making all the calls for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Ooh, Ojo, can I call you back? This is her calling.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna call you right back.
All right.
All right.
So pre-foreclosures. So pre-foreclosure, for those that don't know, whenever you don't pay your mortgage on time, the lenders have certain requirements that they have to abide by before they can issue a foreclosure on your property. I think they have to reach out to you a certain amount of times. They have to send you a certain amount of letters. They have to notify you every way possible to let you know that you're behind on your rent or behind on your mortgage. And in addition to that too, they're going to give you different ways or different plans for you to pay your loan back. And if you don't do that, then they're going to proceed with foreclosure. So what's going to happen is that they're going to give you a letter, and the letter is going to be a letter for foreclosure. And then what's going to happen is that gets registered to the city. And I think the city they have it as public record, because I think they have to file the eviction. I think they have to file the foreclosure with the city, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know about that one actually, but they have to file it with the city, I believe. And so then the city has a hold of your information, and then it's all public record. Just like whenever your utility gets shut off, it's all public record as well too. Whenever you have a property that went under fire damage, it's under public record as well too. Whenever you have a code violation, it's under public record as well too. So a lot of wholesalers, a lot of realtors will use that information to go and find those people that are in desperate situations and get them to sell their house. So that's another thing too as well too. So people will look for pre-foreclosures so that they can go in there and take all the money from there. Or not take all the money, but people will look for foreclosures, people that are about to get foreclosed on, try and help them out in their situation and save them from being foreclosed. So some people may think that it's predatory, And it kind of is, to be honest, but at the same time, what choice do you have? Because if you don't pay your mortgage, then you're going to get foreclosed on. And it's going to stay on your record for 7 years on your credit report. And you're not going to get anything else but you can't get a car, you can't get a house with a foreclosure for the first 7 years. So even though it's predatory, it's also saving whoever that homeowner is that's behind on their mortgage. So, yeah. But yeah, thought I should share that with y'all. She was calling. I was like, you know what, this might be a good time because she always has pretty good questions. Shout out to Basola. A walk. A walk. A walk. What? Huh? What? 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 You want to go for a walk? Let's go. Look at you, so excited. What are you so excited for? Huh? What are you so excited for? Y'all know I'm playing. Y'all know I'm playing. Y'all know I'm playing, right? Y'all playing. Drill go. Drill go. You're too happy, bro. You don't even know where you're going. Look at him. Look at his walk. Let's keep going. All right, so quick update. I was able to get word back from the sales consultant over at Highland Homes. There was a situation where my client wanted the white bricks with the black roof or trim, and he's not able to get that right now. So he called me back, basically did the whole sales thing of, hey, this is everything. Look at everything I've done for you so far. I gave you half price on this. I was able to do that. How are you not grateful for what I've done? Basically was his kind of spiel. But I still continue to let him know of the situation that we're in, and that this is something that they've been looking at for the last couple of months. Every Highland Homes property or community that we've gone to, they specifically looked out for that type of exterior and that type of brick. And the fact that they said that they can do it, and now that they're backing out of their word, is something that they don't like. So hopefully the options that they have sit well with my client. That's the only thing I'm worried about right now. So the sales consultant said he's going to reach out and see if there's anything that we can do about it, if there's anything that he can do, and see where we go from there. He said that the HOA, they have their rules, builders, they have their rules and things on how they prefer the property. They said there's a lot of black and white in that area, or a lot of black roofs in the area, and they don't like the way it looks. But my client's like, how could y'all put your own preferences on me? This is my house that I'm building. So never really came across that situation before, but interesting to kind of, watch that uncover and see, how it's going to turn out. I mean, obviously I'm going to do everything I can to see if we can push for that and still get what they want. But from what they have stated, they have options that are pretty close to what they want. It's just that how adamant are they about that? So yeah, I'll keep y'all updated on that. Right now, we're back at the house. I don't think I'm gonna go grocery shopping tonight. I might order some food, and then I'll stay home and work on content and everything else I need to do for tonight. So I'll keep staying recorded. Right now the time is 6:32. I just got a text from another realtor who's going to be sending me a client by the name of, well, I won't say her name, but yeah, I just got another referral right now, so hopefully they reach out. So yeah, business is doing good despite the news that happened today. So just a matter of getting things done and keep pushing forward. This is what happens when you keep pushing forward, because we had a minor setback earlier today. It wasn't fun. It wasn't something that we want to happen, but it's part of the game. It's part of the business. You're not going to get, everything is not going to be up and up and up, and everything is going to be peachy every time. There's going to be times where, yeah, things are going to happen. You're not going to be happy about it, and it's going to hurt your feelings, but you have to get back on the road. You can't afford to just sit down and not really just do anything. You have to, all right, that happened. All right, next thing. What's next? Yeah, it's all about solving problems. So that's my whole motivation rant for today. But I'm going to get back to work and get some things done, and then meet y'all soon. Peace. Checking back in. Right now the time is 7:29. I just finished looking through. So I have one of my childhood friends in Houston. He's looking at selling his property with his wife and getting a new construction property. So I've been spending probably the last hour and a half, whenever the last check-in was, really just taking a look to see which floor plans kind of fit what they're looking for. They had very specific criteria that they wanted inside the house, and they also have a budget requirement and a location requirement. And so the more requirements that you add on, the less results you have to pick from. So I was able to find about 6 different homes that I think will work for them. So yeah, hopefully they like it. From what I can tell, my friend likes it. Now just depending on if his wife likes it. So I've done that for today, so I'm going to check that off, and then I'm going to check back over to the landlord client, because I got a notification that the applicants finally got their stuff approved or submitted their stuff for background check. So I'm going to be working on that right now, and then I'll keep y'all updated. Peace. Me pretty much all day right now. The time is 7:37. So it's been around almost 12 hours since we first started talking, and we're still at the desk. So I'm about to wrap it up actually. Right now I just finished up doing the background check on the 2 applicants. It turned out good. The background check software that I use recommended that we go ahead and accept them. So I sent it over to my client, the landlord client, just for him to review and let me know what he thinks and if he wants a deeper dive. And then tomorrow I'm going to call the current property that they're at right now, and then I'm also going to call their job just to make sure they still work there, and then kind of do my part in the due diligence, and then hopefully we get them in. So that's it for today. Hope y'all enjoyed my day in the life. This is like every day, to be honest. So from all the peaks and valleys of today, of getting a new client to losing a client, to working through ISA and assistant issues and working on the business, these are things that I go through on a daily basis. And I can't believe at one point I used to have a job on top of doing this. So this is like a full-time job now. I'm happy I'm at this point. I'm grateful that I'm at this point. So I appreciate y'all for sticking with me all the way through. I don't know how long this is going to be in the video, but I do appreciate you all for sticking with me all the way to this part. So if you like the video, thumbs up, comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. And yeah, if you got anything else you want me to do, leave them down in the comments. Peace out.